Hello and welcome back to another Replica Reviews video. Now, I'm sure you've noticed this is our first video for a while, so we thought we'd find something a little bit different for you. So in front of us today we have the Baikal MP655k, pretty certain that's the right one. It's the modelled on the Russian Viking pistol. Now I've been looking for this pistol for quite a while, and luckily one of our local dealers managed to pick one up, so I rushed straight in there to pick it up. I picked this one up really because it's a really odd pistol. It's got some really unique features on it. So yeah, without delay, let's crack on with the review. As you can see, it comes in this really nice little box, all loads of Russian text all over the front. If anybody knows what it actually says, feel free to let me know, because my Russian's not overly great. So let's move on to what you find inside the box. Now, as you'd expect from any Baikal product, it's full of wax paper. For anybody that's watched our previous reviews or any other reviews of Baikal product on YouTube, you'll notice that a lot of the products come wrapped in wax paper, mostly for storage purposes. So let's have a look at what's included inside the box really. First of all, you'll notice we have the manual. Now this covers most of your usual things that you'd expect, you know, how to load, safety precautions, operational procedures, because obviously this has got a few neat little features on it, maintenance, and a load of other things. And what I thought was really nice, hopefully this come out on screen, is you can see that it was actually signed off by somebody in the Baikal factory individually, which I really like. It's a really neat feature. Also in the back, if it's the right manual, we also have exploded diagrams of all of the parts, which will make buying, or well, make out working what you need as a spare part a lot easier anyway. So we'll move that to one side, out the way. Also included are a spare set of seals. Hopefully that's coming out okay. Pretty standard. They do fit in the Makarov as well, and likewise if you've got Makarov seals they should fit as well. Also we have the two magazines. Now as you can see here, one of them is a pellet magazine. The one in my right hand here is a pellet magazine. You just put your pellets in there like you would with any other magazine, place it in the gun and open fire. And then this one here, as you might be able to see, has got a magnetic ring in the centre. That's just to draw BBs in. And again, when I'm talking about the gun, I'll go into a little bit more depth and hopefully explain that better for you. Last but not least included is the cleaning rod. Now, I've left this all wrapped up. Hopefully you can just about see the outline of it in there. It's a cleaning rod. There's not really much to say about it. But unlike my 2004 Makarov, this one actually is a 177 cleaning rod. In my Makarov review, if you've seen that, if not, you know, feel free to check it out. But they accidentally sent me a 9mm cleaning rod, which was far too big for the pistol, and unfortunately just sits on the shelf now because I can't really use it. So it leads me on nicely to the pistol. As you can see here, it's hidden in amongst all of this wax paper. So what we'll do is we'll quickly cut the video, move all the packaging out of the way, and continue with a slightly more in-depth view on the pistol. Okay, so now we've had a chance to move some of the packaging away. You can see the pistol that we have in front of you today is the Baikal Viking, or the MP655k. Firstly, start off with construction. Now the magazine here is a full-size dropout magazine with an ambidextrous release catch, which I think is really neat. This is all plastic construction, which, unlike a lot of magazines, this one's a bit weird. The tightening screw is hidden behind this plate here. To get to tightening screws, press on this button, remove the bottom here, and you can see that you've got the tension tab at the bottom. Tighten that up, just wait for the hiss, and then just keep tightening, and jobs are good 'un. So we'll quickly move that out of frame. Apart from the lower receiver, most of this pistol is a metal construction. What I will say about the plastic though is please don't let the plastic frame put you off. It's possibly one of the nicest plastic frames I've ever come across. It's really sturdy. I would almost say it's ballistic grade plastic. You know, it's one of the best ones we've come across. The slide, although it doesn't actually serve a purpose, i.e. there's no blowback, is also fully functional, as you can see here, with the slide release catch also being functional. Both of these are metal, which is a really nice feature. You can either stop the slide all the way back like so, for the kind of authentic loading feel, or you can bring it forward to the next clip here, which is the best one to use whilst loading. So what I'll quickly do is we'll focus up the camera in on the center here, and I'll run through quickly what makes this gun so unique. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit more focused in, and you can actually see what's going on here. So what I'll do is I'll just pull the slide back into the loading feature and move this slide forward. Now what this essentially is opening up is the BB hopper. It's got a claimed capacity of about 100 BBs. Now from testing really quickly outside, it's a really fun gun to use if you're using BBs. You can literally just put the rounds in. The plunger that's inside here pushes the BBs towards the back, and the BB magazine, as you can see here, fits inside like so. Now I'm not going to drop it in all the way, because thanks to this magnet it does make life really difficult when trying to get it back out. Again, with the pellet magazine, you just fill the pellets up like so, and with the teeth in the back, push it into the slot like so. The BB hopper is a really neat feature, but what it also does mean is that the barrel, or what should be the barrel, you can see me pushing just in here, isn't actually the barrel on this pistol at all. Now as you can see on the front of this pistol, there are two kind of what look like your barrels. You've got your traditional 9mm barrel here, but then you've also got what usually the slide following guide at the bottom. Now this is actually a fully rifled barrel, and that's where your rounds come out of. So usually on an air gun it's up here, whereas on this one here it's down the bottom. At first really kind of thought it was a bit different. I was a bit concerned on how that would work with sighting, but as I'll move on to show you in a second, the sights on this are fully adjustable, which I thought also is a really nice feature. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly release the slide back into place like so. As you can see, we'll take a look at some of the other features. We've got a fully ambidextrous safety catch that works on both sides, and also the mag release catch is ambidextrous. That works on both sides. So this really is a good gun for anybody that's left-handed or just fancies swapping between left and right. The hammer on this gun I thought was really unusual. Unlike a normal hammer where you cock it back like so, this one here you simply push in. Pushing that in makes the pistol now single action. So if I just discharge it off, you can see like so, the hammer comes back up into place. The sights as well, I really like the sights on this, mostly because of the fact that you can adjust them so easily. They're really easy to use as well. All you need is a small watchmaker's screwdriver, and you can adjust the windage and also the elevation on this as well, which is a really nice feature. Again, whilst the slide is in the forward position, to fill up with BBs, all you have to do is simply move this bit forward, pull it out like so, and then you can just see here it shows you how many BBs are in. Now when you push this back in and rock the slide back, you can see the guide. There's a little white guide inside, and it roughly just tells you how many BBs you've got as a nice visual reference. Now one thing I will mention, from talking to our local dealer, they have a lot of people sending these pistols back because when you first put the magazines in and they're empty, they don't fire, they don't cycle around, and a lot of people think that's because the gun is faulty. Now one thing that we did discover whilst doing the shooting section of our testing earlier on this week was that when you're on your last shot, it will lock up. The gun will completely lock up for no reason, and you never quite really know whether it's broken or what's going on. But it's actually because it's got a last shot system inside, so once you've used up your last BB or your last pellet, it does lock up. It's a really neat way of just showing that the gun is empty, and obviously because it's not blowback, that's the only way that it's got to show really. So yeah, if you ever have any concerns about that, that's perfectly normal. Just load up your gun with some ammunition and some CO2, and off you go. So we'll quickly put it back flat on the table and refocus it in so it's nice and clear, and then we'll quickly summarise the review for you. Okay, so that really brings us to the end of our first review in quite a long while really, on the Baikal Viking MP655k. It's a really good pistol. It's incredibly hard to find here in the UK. The guys over at York Guns have been absolutely spot on with supplying our local dealer with one of these. So if you do want one, I picked this one up for about £169, I think it was, 169 or 159, one of the two. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's a really nice gun. I mean, you know, construction wise, it's possibly one of the best that I've come across. The trigger, you know, it's all metal. The polymer frame is possibly one of the best ones I've come across, even better than the ASG P07 Duty, and I was really impressed with that gun. The slide again, the markings, you know, it's everything you'd imagine from a Baikal pistol. It's been put together really nicely. I will upload the firing section of this test in a separate video. We'll take it out to our local range, and we'll put a couple of targets out, maybe some cans. You know, we'll just try and do something a little bit more interesting for you than a bog standard tabletop review. What I will say is it's our first video back in a while, so we're really pleased to be back on the screens. We've also set up a Facebook page on Facebook, funny enough, titled ReplicaReviews. If you search that in, what I'm trying to do with that is just use that as a little hub. I'm putting loads of little mini reviews on it. So rather than using the blog, we're now going to run that through Facebook. So I've got pellet tests, CO2 cartridge test, reviews on even local dealers, if that's something that you would be interested. You know, supporting your local shops is always a really important thing to do. You know, just loads of little mini reviews. Also pictures from days out of the range that we've had. You know, other pictures of our day states. Even this one here, I've got plenty of pictures of that up there. And we also try and take some really nice well lit photos that show all the details, where hopefully after filming this we'll upload the photos for this particular gun. But we've got photos for all of our old videos. You know, the Dan Wesson is a really popular gun. I understand why. It's, you know, it's an amazing gun. So yeah, just loads of stuff on there. So if you want to just pop over to Facebook, give us a like. We'll put a link in the description below. It's a little compressed Google link, so if it looks a bit funny, that's why, because we've compressed it. Just click that through and that'll take you straight to the page. Anyway, as per usual with our videos, he says knocking the camera, we've got loads of things that I probably missed out on this gun. Unfortunately, I'll probably think about it once we've finished. But if you want to like, share, comment, you know, ask any questions, feel free to fire away. We're back now. We will answer your questions. We'll make sure that we get it all done as soon as we can. But yeah, thank you for watching our review on the Baikal, Viking, or the MP655k.